Yeah, my name is Jakey, co-founder of Superbased, and I'm a proud Canadian.
My name's Galen. I'm the CPO of Heal Music, music streaming on Solana with fair compensation for artists.
My name is Jack. I was called by Vibes. I work for Sec3.
Superteam Canada has given me a level of professionalism. I think that's something I've always lacked, but being able to label myself as a super team member that is held in high regard. So anytime I need to use that card in certain conversations, I pull it because it's full of really cool builders and established legitimate developers.
It's helped immensely. I didn't really know a lot about Superteam. I was like, cool, a Solana club, this is awesome. I started going to the Vibe stations on Fridays, and you've just stacked the roster with so many high-functioning, ambitious, smart, hardworking individuals who have had successes, who have stories.
Been able to connect with a lot of builders in Canada, which I think is really important.
You know, I like to think I can go around the room and go, hey, I can help you with your UX. I can like do UX audits and like, you know, show you my superpowers.
I've always thought that it would be great if there was more builders, more ways to connect with builders locally. Ever since Superteam Canada has been formed, it's been really great connecting with other builders.
And just being allowed to work side by side with some of these legends has just been a huge help.
Yeah, it's the bacon and maple syrup. No, I'm kidding. And I think there's something about Canada. Listen, shout out to the Americans, but I think Canadians have this drive because, you know, we get this one North Star every decade. It's like a Drake or a Justin Bieber. And so it's I would say, statistically harder to make it out of Canada, especially in certain industries. And so I think the Canadians have this like super empowering drive to them that like want to do great things and want to be on the Mount Rushmore of Canada. Yeah, the Canadians are smart. We have really harsh winters and that makes them smarter.
One thing that we're trying to solve problems in the music industry with Heal Music, and one of the biggest problems is there's no transparency. By taking that Web3 kind of ethos of transparency and bringing it into the music industry world, we are absolutely rocking people's minds. For the first time ever, a musician can look in their streaming app and see who's listening to their music and how many times. It's been like unreal showing musicians just these 2 data points. They're like, oh my God, I could use this for so much. Building a community, selling them a t-shirt, saying thank you.
Coming into crypto and realizing that, you know, this personality driven content or even content, you know, in a commercial format did not exist. I knew that of course I could probably monetize it better if I took a more professional approach. Excited to try a new wave of content, which wasn't, you know, doing the jackass, hurting myself like on camera for views. It was more of, I want to take the cinematic angle and the creative efforts that Colton has and combine them. Yeah, in terms of the motivation towards it, I think time period where I needed to like take a next step. You can't do the same thing forever, expect different results. And I think that was ultimately what motivated me to try something new.
The reason why like IRL events, like in-person events, have such a special place in my heart is because I actually found my job at Sec3 at the Vancouver Hacker House. I think that was a pretty pivotal moment in my Solana journey. That was the day that I met my boss, Chris.
I've been to places like Egypt, Singapore, Turkey, and that's all because of crypto. I do think it's crucial to travel as much as possible, at least in terms of the conferences. There's only so much like on the networking scale that you can do over the phone. You know, there's something different about being in person and matching their energy and seeing their mannerisms and meeting these like online people that you consider friends but you've never met in real life. And you know, I was just talking to my dad. My dad's like, it's crazy, you know, I'm this many years old and you're this young and you've seen more of the world than I have. Like, you should be grateful for that. And for me, I'm like, makes me think I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't in the industry that I'm in.
So I'm really looking forward to a brighter future for startups in Canada who want to work in emerging technologies. It's pretty obvious to see when you're bouncing from blockchain to blockchain. I've been agnostic, I'm in another community. But when you come to Solana, it just feels different. You guys are doing something better than every other blockchain. And yeah, it's a great place to call home.